everyone, my name is Nicola. I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, it's great to have you, and if you are returning, thank you for coming and spending some more time with me today. So today you're going to do a stitch with me. Now, I'm going to be working on this one. This is Daughter of the Deep, artwork by Josephine and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And this is the top right section. I don't think I'm a million miles away from the edge of the piece, which is a good thing. Stitching this 1/1, a full cross on some 25 count fabric. And this will be one of my Stitch with Me's that has some chat. So I'm going to be going through my comments. So yeah, like I said, if you're new around here, it's great to have you. If you are returning, thanks for coming back and spending a bit more time with me today. So yeah, oh gosh, just trying. There we go. Forgive me please if I do sound a little bit tired. It's been a busy couple of days. I've got to catch up on some sleep. One of the girls had an accident the other day. She's okay, but we ended up excuse me, with a visit to the hospital on Monday evening. It's Wednesday as I film this, and I'm still trying to catch up. And we didn't get home until almost, well, getting on for 1 AM. So yeah, she's had a bit of a fall on the stairs. This one's Victoria, by the way, the middle one, Tori. Had a bit of a fall, slid down the stairs on her bottom, cracked her elbow, and between her elbow and the end of her little finger, she was in an immense amount of pain. So we ended up taking her to the hospital. Fortunately, no breaks, no fractures. But you know, it could have been quite easily. So best to get these things checked out and rule things out. So yeah, so that was my Monday evening. The life of a parent, eh? So consequently, Monday into Tuesday I got about 5 hours sleep, and I'm trying to catch up not only on sleep but on stitching. But there we go, it is what it is. The stitching's the hobby, the family's more important. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to do some reading of your comments, but just before I do, just a reminder, if you're not subscribed, please do so. It is free, and selecting on all notifications mean you'll never miss an upload of mine. You can also like videos, hype videos if you're able to do so, leave a comment and everything else. All interaction is fabulous, so thank you very much. So it's Wednesday as I film this. My back is a little better. I don't know if I'm up to live stream length of time sat here, but first thing in the morning I can tend to stand, you know, be able to be sit for a longer time, if that makes sense. My body doesn't realise that I'm awake yet, I don't think. I've got Andy with me. Hannah is in as well. Is Hannah awake, by the way?
I have no idea.
Can you check, please? Because she's got work today. Lauren's in, she's on half term, but she will be going out shortly. So yeah. Okay. So, I'll just get my next thread out and then we'll get cracking on some of these comments. I'm having to work to the left today because I need to move my hoop. I haven't done so yet. But I do really need to move my hoop. So I have to work where I can reach underneath enough. Oh, magic, thank you. Oh gosh. Let's grab a drink. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Having a drink will also make it sound better as well, I think. Okay, so first comment I have is from Kelly. Kelly's Quilts Plus. And she says, "Hi Nicola, I'm happy that the spare stitch Saturday plan is working out for you. I always like to see your projects and how far you've gotten." Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, it is. I think with having extra stitches on these pieces, I can definitely see the progress that's being made, which makes me happy. It's when the bigger the piece, the harder it is to get to even 1%. Like my night cafe, I have to get to almost 10,000 stitches for 1%, but with my bee it's like 600. So you know, there's huge differences between the pieces. Excuse me. So giving those big pieces that extra bit of a shove, you can see the figures going up, but you can also physically see on the pieces themselves the let's move that down a bit. You can also see on physically on the pieces themselves the progress that you're making, which is what I want, really. I guess it's my bad really for choosing such big pieces. But you know, that's what stitches do, isn't it? You choose something that's a challenge. Somebody's talking about me. I don't know if it's a good thing though. Cheryl Barnettson says, "I love Ice Dragon. I've never worked on Black Ada before. Give Hannah a huge hug." Hug has duly been given. And Black Ada's not so bad. Black fabric's not so bad. good light at the top and something light on your knee, you're absolutely fine. But I can't work on it for a particularly long period of time. Short bursts are definitely the thing where black fabric's concerned. That's why I've not put Ice Dragon for focus for a finish, even though it's not a million miles away, because working on black fabric would, for a long period of time, would be very difficult. Okay. I do love doing this typewriting method. It definitely takes the decision fatigue out. Although I'm doing this sort of cross country in the square, I'm working on this particular section today, but yeah, it takes the decision fatigue out. Hey Hannah. That's Hannah up. Raring to go. I've just been given a look.
If I didn't have to go, I wouldn't go. Although in fairness it is quiet on because there's hardly any staff. So
Well, with there being hardly any staff, are you going to get asked again?
probably never get told.
Language. To apologise. My child's potty mouth. She's so naughty. Okay.
Can't stop anyway because I've got some solid doodles tonight.
Oh, have you?
What? What plans with me tonight?
I think it involves tennis, golf.
I said to you yesterday, same time tomorrow night, and you said you're on. Right,
I might have said that, yeah. I can't remember.
You did say that.
I've slept
Don't
since
look
then.
at that.
I might have said that. I might regret it.
Mm-hmm.
don't know which bag you're talking about.
My black bag.
Okay, just saying the same thing again doesn't help me.
No, it doesn't. Okay, Cheryl says, thank you, Nicola, for your kind words about my whip on Sew and Tell. This was on the live stream Sunday. It was the first time I posted my work and I was nervous. Never, ever, ever be nervous about posting your work. We love to see. We love to see what you're working on, how it looks, how far you've got. We love to be enabled, so please don't ever be nervous. Anybody insults your stitching, they'll have me to deal with. And I've done that before.
The great stitching defender over there.
I really need this bag.
Well, I don't know where it is.
Try putting on a light. It's dark in there, and a black bag in the dark you won't see.
I don't know.
Can we please stop putting things on the inside of chairs?
The only thing
So
is,
things get lost?
right, the only thing is, the more we hang on the back of the chairs fall over.
Yeah, but my bag is never on the chair.
So take your bag upstairs at night.
Don't need to.
Right, well, don't moan then.
Got the space.
Well, here's the thing.
It's on there with my
I'm
other
talking.
bag.
Here's the thing. If you don't want to take it upstairs, don't moan about it.
No, but
I don't.
never too bad.
I am telling you. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Child in bag drama. Too much stuff on the back of a chair and it'll tip over. The chairs are covered in coats. Right. Okay. I'll drop my needle. There we go. Robin McCamont says, still subscribed. Good stuff. Because YouTube has been playing the, we'll subscribe a few people to your channel and then we'll unsubscribe some people to your channel. Absolutely love how B is turning out. I enjoyed a variety of stitching projects, but I truly appreciate your progress on the pieces too. Take care, happy stitching. Hugs and comfort to you all on the loss of Casey. And thank you very much. Yeah, that's one thing about my palette of projects, as it were. There is a decent variety. I don't get bored, for sure. Okay. Liz X Stitches says, sending strength from a mum who gets it. Thank you very much. I'm glad that some people are on the same page. It all helps. Thank you so much. Okay, Heather Marie says, I'm amazed at how many stitches you can do in only an hour and a half. This is on Night Orange London. I hit a milestone and got a page finished on my project right when this video was ending. Hey, nicely done. Ding, 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 ding. It's the nearest I've got to a bell at the minute. It's early in the morning. So, yeah, in an hour and a half on a stitch with me, depending on the nature of the stitching, I can actually get, sometimes I've been 400, approaching 500. If it's block colour or all one colour, that's much easier. So yeah, I can get quite a lot done on a stitch of these. And morning is definitely my jam when it comes to stitching. Here comes Hannah with the toast.
I miss my mother.
We'll need some more bread and milk again today, love.
Right.
Possibly before your lunch if you want some for lunch. Because Hannah looks like she's used the last bit of the bread, am I right?
I did.
Yeah.
There's only 2 end pieces left, so I wasn't particularly impressed about, but you get what you get.
I'm sure you'll manage. Okay, Tori has commented on the video as well with a heart and a little bit of wind and says it's a fart heart. She's now beginning to start to trump on my videos when she is around too. Her and Hannah are two like twins in that department. They can both do plenty trumping, can't you?
Mine are better.
Oh right, okay, is it a competition?
Absolutely.
All right, there you go then.
The question here is, why wouldn't it be a competition?
The question here for me is, why would it be?
Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, but why would? Anyway, moving swiftly on from your trumping escapades. Oh, come on. Oh, snip that, obviously not. Okay. Trumpy children.
I'm not a child.
You are my child. Doesn't matter how old you are still my child. Oh, you're nipping up now?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't ask you to do that, but do you want some money?
Now I've got some.
Okay.
He's bobbing for bread and milk. Because the oldie pancakes last night have dipped into the milk supply. And you've eaten the last of the bread. which is fine, by the way, because I'd sooner that you eat than not. So I'm not chinning at you for using the bread, if that's what you're wondering about.
Oh, good.
Oh, come on. There we go. Jane 22 says, I'm still subscribed and hyping. Fabulous. Thank you very, very much, Jane. Fantastic progress with your whips and rotation. I enjoy seeing your ice dragon and I'm always amazed by your progress. I am happy to hear people are recovering from the dog's passing and hope that considering to move to other courses at college goes well. Thinking of you during this time. Hi, Andy. Thank you, Jane. Yep, I'm hoping that things shape themselves out as well. So, yeah, I think stepdad is at the point that he's missing having a dog around. And now, so, which is always the thing. I mean, I actually don't like my house without a pet in it, because I've had one pet in my house since the year I got first married in 1997, so I've never been without one, and it feels awful for a house to be bereft of a pet when you're used to having one.
We did go a brief time here with the animal.
Yeah, a brief time, and it was awful, but no prolonged time.
Yeah, because we lost Chloe, we didn't get Angel for them 2 years.
We lost Angel in the February, Chloe in the February. We didn't get we got Angel in the July.
No, it was after Chloe we got our Angel. But before.
It was during COVID. It was during the first lockdown.
We lost our Chloe the year before.
Oh, was it the year before?
Trust me, I know.
Oh, it was still awful. I used to love little Wendell coming.
I believe it was 7 years yesterday.
Yeah.
And then
We'll have had Angel 6 years this year.
it's at least 10 for our Tony, if not 11.
Yeah, it's 10 for Tony. And Angel would have had her 6 years in July.
That's fine.
That means that she's a grand old lady age of 13.
She's not going bad.
She's not.
Cats live for ages. She lives for 20.
She's getting a little bit scrappy.
A little bit.
Yeah.
That cat's always been scrappy. Maybe she got her feet under it, yeah, but she was scrappy.
No, I don't mean in that sense. I mean her fur's getting a bit scrappy.
Well, she won't let me bloody do no weed.
No. Let's park that one. There. Okay, Patrizia leaves me some hearts on the Flosstube as well. Thank you very much, Patrizia. Here's Doodles back. Bread and milk in hand. Thank you, my love.
Where'd you go?
The shop.
Mom.
Have a guess.
Have a guess. I know there's several shops around here, but there's only ever one you go to for milk and bread these days.
Did you go to our favourite?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't in today.
And Christian Klein on live stream last Wednesday also leaves me some hearts. Okay. Still chugging down my morning coffee. Thank you, my love.
By my calculations, you'll be doing that until 8:45, am I right?
Yep.
Right.
You're up upstairs.
I am up upstairs.
Okay, okay.
What time is it now? 8:45, so I've got an hour. Right, back in a bit, peoples.
Sandy off busy doing voiceover work for his channel.
Bye.
Bye. That's Hannah off to get dressed, ready for work. Okay, Karen Ennis bought 3 new Heaven and Earth patterns, so she's been looking through her floss. Nice. Haid had a Valentine's sale. And they included Thomas Kincaid and Roche as well. So lots of people took advantage of that because the Kincaids and the Roches are not in every sale. The cynic in me does wonder if the extra artists included in the sale was partially down to the Sal controversy, but I know that they have put these artists in the sale before, so maybe it was just their time to do that. Maybe I should stop being cynical. But to those of you who did take advantage of the sale, fantastic. And I look forward to seeing what you're going to be working on. Okay, Red Line Handcraft. Recently I found myself reinventing your method of finishing the thread while running it through the last loop. It's a good idea while working on plastic or wooden canvas. They are super stiff and hold all of the finished loops tight, so it's nearly impossible to run the thread under them. Running the thread through the loop whilst making the last stitch has made my life much easier. I'm glad about that. It definitely does, because if you can loop the last, so like I've just done an underneath loop there, if you can loop it through and thread the thread end through as you're making that last stitch, it's hard to explain. It does save that. And yes, you're absolutely right, plastic and wooden canvas, it is near nigh impossible to run your needle underneath the thread. I never thought about that, but it's to be honest with you, even if I do work on plastic canvas, that's the way I naturally work anyway. So yeah, I just automatically do it, but I never thought that those particular stitching mediums, shall we say, would have that issue of not being able to run your thread under. But yeah, I'm glad it's working. I'm glad it's helping. For me, it's a method I just use all the time. And yes, occasionally I might see a loop that's come undone. It's been there for a while. But, you know, a tucker and some tweezers solves that. But once all the stitches are in, they hold each other nice and firmly. So yeah, like say for example, if there was a ninja stitch like this one, for example, that's got no stitches against it, sometimes the top arm does get loose, and I find that just pulling from the underneath will help. But if I can't grip the end of the thread, then my tweezers come in handy, and I will occasionally flip my hoop so I can tighten up the stitch. Looks like I'm going quite far down. Okay. I'll be moving up in a second. to the top, so okay. Patrizia on live stream Wednesday also leaves me some hearts, so thank you very much. Why is that not coming loose? Have I knotted it? There we go. That's solved. Excuse me, that's solved that. A hiccup there. Okay. Right, let's get those ones out the way. And on my Flosstube Stitch with Me with NB Christian also leaves me some hearts, so thank you very much. It was a chatty one a couple of weeks ago. I released an alternative video with CatDalph, so it had some music. Mona and Jane both leave me heart and some stitching emojis, so thank you both ladies. I am enjoying CatDalph. Colours look wonderful. On that 14 count, it looks fabulous. Okay. CatDalph looks like a fun stitch, says Kelly. With all your large projects, you can cover your walls with tapestries and keep your house warm. Yeah, indeed. There's going to be a lot of large projects. And of course, CatDalph being 14 count is going to be huge. This one's going to be quite big, Daughter of the Deep. Night Cafe is also going to be quite big. So, yeah, some of them I'm not going to frame, I'm going to make them into wall hangings. But obviously some of them I will frame. But we'll determine that at the point when they're finished. Okay. Out you come. Well, let's have a look. You've gone past. Very nice. That's Hannah ready for work.
I need a bubble. I got a bubble.
All right, okay. I Can't help with that, I'm afraid. My hair's too short. Many a time I've took my bobble out and handed it to a child on the way out the door. The things you do as a parent, eh? Tori also leaves a comment on CatDalph and says, Tooting Kitty. We are now obsessed with tooting. Thank you, Tori. She's a minx. They all are, but I love them all. Cara Gibbs asks, what do you grid the fabric with? So, I grid in a controversial way in the stitching world. I use a heat erasable friction ball pen, which I got from Amazon. Friction is spelt Frixion. Now, I only use them on under dark colours and where possible, and they are heat erasable, but they have been known for the lines to come back. I would never ever use it on hand-dyed fabric, so always best to check. There are many pens out there for gridding. My preference is the friction because it's a fine line, but do your own test. These pens are not cheap either, but do your own test. I tend to try and use pre-gridded fabric anyway these days rather than gridding myself, and of course all my Geckorouge kits come with pre-gridded.
Bye, Bob. Love you.
Bye, chicken. Love you. Have a good day. And that's Hannah off to work. Linda loves the stitch, says beautiful stitching on your ice dragon. Thank you very much. And Christiane Klein on live stream Sunday leaves me some hearts. She also then comments on Flosstube number 4, saying, I'm sorry to hear about Casey. I hope your stepdad is doing okay. He's hanging in there. He's doing as well as he can. As I said, I think he is getting a bit lonely without a pet in the house. But we can't make the decision for him about whether or not he has another. But we've also said that whatever pet he has, he needs to have one that he can manage himself. Because, to be fair, with Casey, he did a lot of relying on Hannah. Which is not good. Okay, let's just mark these off. Doing quite well this morning. Live stream Wednesday, Christiane also leaves me some hearts, and also she leaves me hearts on the chatty stitch with me that featured All Is Vanity. So thank you very much. It's lovely that you guys are watching the videos, the content I put out. I mean, obviously I know that not every stitch with me is for everybody, and that's fine. But yeah, it is lovely that you guys, you know, still want me to do these, and are happy for me to carry on. I think we're getting a touch of wind this morning. The letterbox is off on one. Heather Marie on CatDalph leaves me some hearts, so thank you very, very much. Okay. And Patricia also on CatDalph leaves me hearts too. So thank you so much. Then Celia is back to stitching. So Celia, for those of you that don't know, was a regular viewer of my channel and a regular participant in the lives and in the Facebook group. But Celia had an accident in October, I think, and she hurt her shoulder and broke her shoulder and her knee as well. So poor lady, she had an awful time of it. Surgeries and physical therapy and all kinds of stuff going on. But Celia is back to stitching and watching Stitch with me whilst she's watching her football. So bless her, Celia is multitasking, Stitch with me on one screen, football on another, stitching in her hands, which is most important. It's great to have you back stitching again, Celia. Slowly, slowly does it. And I really say Stitch with me with Tower Bridge, and Mona leaves me some hearts. Thank you, Mona. Managed to unthread my needle. And then Kelly comments to say, warning lights appear on the top of Tower Bridge, always fun to stitch a little motif. It certainly is. And with that one, with it being like blacks and blues and lilacs, to have something come in and give it a splash of colour is quite fun, really. So yeah, it makes all the difference. She then goes on to say, so the two Sophie Kilpatrick projects will make a good focus for a finish at some point, maybe. Yep, they are going to be in the queue. I've got an order for focus for a finish, so I'm not sure how far down the queue they are. Let me have a look while we're on here. Unicorn B Magpie, Evelina Want to Rule Them All, Summer Sun. So there are projects. So B Magpie, Evelina Want to Rule Them All, Summer Sun, and then Tower Bridge and Night Orange. So I've got 5 projects in front of them before they become focus for a finish. I haven't worked on B at all this week yet. I might not, because I also have a wedding sampler, a wedding anniversary card to make as well for Golden Wedding. I haven't started that yet, and I need to start it, but I need to catch up on my stitching as well. So okay, let me just mark these off so we don't get lost. What's that colour? Love hearing you talking with your family, says Cheryl. Such a happy household. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, and same for you. My hubby and I went to a wonderful lasagna dinner at a restaurant with friends and then back home, stitching on little acorns from Modern Folk Embroidery. At 12% now. Hey, milestone reached. Ding, 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 ding. Awesome stuff. Andy and I don't really do Valentine's. It's, you know, for us it's never really been a thing. We tell each other we love each other every single day. And he puts up with a lot from me and I put up with a lot from him. And we are a pretty good partnership. So for us, Valentine's not really a thing, if I'm honest. Although the girls did buy me some chocolate and a Valentine card to thank me for what I do for them, which is lovely. So I had a Galentine's. But yeah, Andy and I don't, like I said, we don't really do it. He came home on Saturday because he'd been away filming. Had a nice big cuddle. And yeah, that was it. But to be fair, we'd do that every day anyway. It's just our thing. I'm always sort of struck with the commercialism of Valentine's Day. And I can remember years back I worked in a factory. And on Valentine's Day, the company secretary, or, you know, one of the receptionists, every so often would appear with a big bunch of roses. And it would be like Interflora or whatever had delivered them to the door for a person inside the factory. And she'd walk up and down the rows and have people think that it was for them. And then all of a sudden she'd surprise the right person with these flowers from their loved one. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, you know, to have something like that delivered to such a public place, it was like the ultimate. I mean, I get it, showing your partner that you love them. But the prices of flowers on Valentine's Day and Mother's Day are criminally expensive. And I said to Andy, please don't ever go and spend, you know, a lot of money, 2 or 3 times more than you normally would on flowers for Valentine's Day, just because it's Valentine's. You can buy me flowers any time of the year, and I don't even mind if they've got a yellow sticker on them from the supermarket. I'm not fussed, you know. But please don't do that on Valentine's. You know, if the more we feed the greed of businesses that vastly inflate the prices for events like Valentine's, the more that they'll do it. And I, for one, would sooner have, you know, a $2.99 bunch of flowers from the petrol station on any other given day than, you know, pay £30-40 or whatever for a bunch of flowers, red roses, just because it's Valentine's. But each to their own, and I'm not sort of decrying anybody else that wants to do that. If that's your thing, fantastic, but it's not mine. But I'm not particularly materialistic either, apart from cross-stitching stuff. I like to have lots of cross-stitching stuff, but you know that anyway. Why has that slipped? There we go. Patricia leaves me some hearts and Jane leaves me some emojis, so thank you very much. Again on my Tower Bridge Stitch With Me. Let me just mark these off so I don't get lost. I love Pattern Keeper. Makes it so much easier to keep track of what you're doing. Andy reminded me of my husband, says Sharon. He stood on one of my needles once over 25 years ago and still goes on about it. Well, I think here, since I started using ball tip needles, things have seriously improved in the needle threading department. It's been a long time since Andy trod on a needle, but my argument is, and I can say this because he's not here and he doesn't edit my videos anymore, I do it, he shouldn't be walking around barefoot. If you're walking around barefoot in a room where there's somebody with sharp objects in their hand, you can expect to get a needle in your foot. To be fair though, I'm not as careless as I used to be. I used to like ping a needle and be like, well, whatever. Now I go on a hunt and find it. Mainly because I'm tight and these ball tip needles are expensive. So I didn't do my Sunday stream because of my back. I did pop a post on my community page, and Heather Pearson comments to say, hope you're feeling better soon. No snow shoveling for you. No snow. I was at the hospital the other night. I came out to wait for the taxi. There was a flurry of snow, but it was so wet on the ground anyway, there was no way it was going to settle. But we have not had any snow to disrupt, so not applicable, that one. And I wouldn't snow shovel anyway, because obviously I work from home, I don't have to go out, and I keep a good pantry. So I said to Andy, I keep a good pantry because then if it ever snows, we've got plenty of food in. We will not starve. We might have some weird meals, but we won't starve. Okay, Jen's World of Stitches also comments on my Tower Bridge. It says, thank you for the stitching session. Been busy with work and real life. Sorry I've missed live streams. As always, love stitching whilst listening to you, Andy, and your family. Thank you, Jen. I get it, life gets in the way. It does for everybody, doesn't it? So even me, life can get in the way. It's got in the way of my stitching this week for a cert. So please don't ever feel bad about not being able to make the videos or the streams. They're always there available for you to catch up on. And here comes Andy back.
Yeah, I managed to get through 2 of them.
Fabulous. I don't think I should be starting my other video this morning. I won't have time. If I'd have been up a bit earlier, I would have done it.
So when do you want to do it?
I'll probably do it at dinner. I have to do it today. But, yeah. Because at 8:45 then I've got to go and log on ready for work. And with yesterday's performance, that could take a restart or 2. Because it was playing Silly Devils yesterday.
Okay.
Okay. This bit's filling in quite nicely. I'm quite pleased.
Good. What do you want?
Mm.
You don't want it to be difficult, do you?
It's just good to get visible progress. Mona says, love your stitching. Great progress on all of your projects. This is on my ASMR Realm of Middle Earth map. Thank you, Mona. And on the same video, our lovely Jane22 says, thanks, that was very relaxing. Hope your back is better. And of course, our lovely Patrizia has left me some hearts. So thank you so much, Patrizia. Oof, that's me making a little rude noise. I know, I do apologise. It's like tummy rumbles that have escaped. Anyway, that is all of my comments. So if you have left me a comment this week, thank you very, very much. They keep these videos going, and it means I'm able to talk to you guys, answer your comments, still keep stitching, rather than sitting typing out a reply, which would chip into my stitchy time, and my stitchy time is really important to me. Oh, exactly with the arms folded watching me.
No, I'm not wishing you, I was staring. I was staring over there.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Excuse me.
Well, there's nothing wrong with staring at you, by the way.
Alright, okay.
I know Valentine's has been and gone, but you know.
Yes, I was just discussing that, saying about how, for me, I always say to you, don't buy me anything at the inflated Valentine's Day prices.
You can get flowers, which are cheaper the day after. That's all I'm going to say, people.
Exactly. It doesn't matter how much you spend on them. You don't need to spend a lot of money to show somebody that you love them.
No, you don't.
And the other thing is, I mean, I would never, and Andy knows this, I would never say to him, go and buy me a bunch of flowers.
Anytime I've ever bought you flowers, it's been done of my own accord.
Yeah. It has kitty glitter. Hannah very often will buy me some flowers, which is lovely.
Soft kit.
I know, she's very soft, isn't she? So I've got about another 10 minutes or so, so I'm just going to stitch away, see how far I can get. And if we do find anything to talk about, we'll chat about it. What say you, love?
Yes, yes. Oh, yeah.
I think Andy's catching up a bit as well, aren't you?
I've got enough to catch up for.
Well, you woke up when I came in at 1, well, went to bed at 1 a.m.
Yeah, but that was only for like a few minutes. That didn't hurt anything.
Is that an eeny weeny teeny peeny clubbing coming, I hear?
Might be.
Definitely afflicted round here, I tell you. Oh no, it's not so bad actually. Just sits idling. So Hannah's gone off to work. We'll see how it pans out today, whether or not they will persuade her. Because Hannah is like me, she doesn't like the feeling of letting people down.
Yeah, but there's a limit sometimes, isn't there?
Oh, I know that, but you know. I just wonder how many wide this is, because I'm at this section is at 6 720. Oh, one more block and I'll reach the end of the row. That's good.
Good. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner.
Indeed. That will be a milestone reached.
Ding, ding, ding. Me being the human bell this morning.
Yep.
It's Hannah's job to be human bell.
She's funny with that. Oh, pardon.
There were 2 words in that sentence that you just didn't need to say. Give you a clue. One was with, the other was that.
See how many more stitches I can get done in these last 5 minutes.
Quite a few if I know you.
Well, it depends, doesn't it? And how speedy my stitchy fingers are this morning.
You're usually really, really fast.
I try.
Well, all I'm going to say is you don't need to try too hard.
Let's just have a little mark off so we don't get
Like
lost.
you do.
Yeah. Well over 300 anyway, which is good. This will get 2,000 stitches in its rotation. So I can finish this video at exactly 1.5 hours. I'm going to start with my usual reminders. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It is free. Select all notifications and you'll be notified every time I upload a video. I release a lot of videos, so Flosstube on a Tuesday, Stitch with me Mondays, Thursdays and Saturday, all at 6:30 PM UK time. And I usually live stream on Sundays and Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. UK time. So you don't want to miss out. Facebook group information is also in the description box below. Please leave a like, a comment, a hype if you can, and all of that good stuff to keep me going in the YouTube algorithm. And there will be 3 videos that will appear on the screen in a moment. If you've not seen those, please do go take a few minutes to have a look. When I get back to the end of this row, we'll do a final tally and see where we are. And then we'll round up this one for today. I want to thank you guys for watching. It really is lovely to know that my videos are watched and appreciated by so many. So thank you, each and every one of you.
Well, that they are.
Yep. So let's have a final tally. I have done 374 stitches, which I'm super happy about because it's a good number. So let me just move that out and zoom out a wee touch. So as you can see, that block is coming in. There's not very many more blocks to the right, so the next block will be less of a square, but I do need to move my nudge along. So thank you guys very much indeed for watching, for your time today. Take care, happy stitching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.